Hello there and welcome to the Free West Media YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so by clicking in the lower right hand corner of the screen. Well, today we're looking at some of the COVID-19 exit strategies that are being followed in Europe and in the USA. In the USA, the rate of infection seems to have stabilized, whereas in a number of European countries, it is actually in decline. And therefore, in Northern Europe, particularly Germany, there seems to be the idea that the restrictions should now be lifted and the economy should be restarted so that everything can return to normal. There's also a note of callousness that seems to be creeping into the German debate because the mayor of Tübingen, Mr. Boris Palmer from the Green Party, he stated that it's no use, we may be saving the lives of people now who may be dead in 6 months anyway. So that seems to be the logic, that it's no use saving people now if they're going to die in 6 months anyway. And we know, of course, that in Sweden they haven't had very many restrictions whatsoever, and they've been relying on the discipline of the population to maintain social distancing and themselves doing something about their risk of being infected by the virus. In the Far East, things are looking up, particularly in South Korea, where the rate of infection has declined considerably, and the Koreans were the first to actually apply mass testing in kind of phone booth type of setups that they had in the streets, so that anyone suspecting of having the virus could immediately go for a test and then find out if he or she was testing positive for the SARS-CoV-2 virus. In Southern Europe too, Portugal, Greece are looking at easing restrictions and allowing more public events to take place. People will be able to go to restaurants and bars and so on. But in Spain, given the huge number of fatalities there, the people are more reticent, as well as in France and in Belgium. All three of those countries have suffered tremendously from the disease, as well as, of course, Italy, which has taken so much pain with people dying and the hospitals being flooded with patients. So we are looking at a situation where all of these countries are looking at exit strategies and deciding which way to go. In the United States, a lot of people are criticizing any form of restriction on movement or economic activity, particularly the entrepreneur, the South African-born entrepreneur, Elon Musk. And I think due to the publicity that his pronouncements have attracted, the share price of his car company, Tesla Motor, has actually skyrocketed, and Tesla is now worth 4 times what any other major car company is worth, even though it's only selling a fraction of the vehicles sold by Volkswagen or Toyota or Ford or General Motors. But the stock market generally has taken an optimistic view, and over the last week or so, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones 30 and the Nasdaq and a lot of European indices have almost reached the levels that they had before the news of the coronavirus broke. So the stock market seems to be very optimistic and seeing company profits returning to normal. although one has to add the caveat to that, in that the oil industry is still in the doldrums with oil rock bottom. And today the CEO of Royal Dutch Shell announced that they were cutting their dividend for the first time since the Second World War. And the CEO, Mr. Ben van Beurden in the Netherlands, he was saying that they were very cautious about the coming year, and they saw further problems down the road as people are going to be less mobile and there will be fewer flights, and the consumption of oil will remain depressed. So we see there are two views of the virus currently: a more optimistic view, as having, we've almost rounded the corner now, and another view seeing that, or stating that, things will never get back to normal again, and we are going to live with this virus in a kind of science fiction nightmare that will require all of us to maintain caution and social distancing, and to wear masks. The wearing of masks will be obligatory in a number of countries, although there are very few masks going around. So, in my view, I don't think we've seen the end of the virus yet, and probably a lot more people are going to die from it. And I hope where you are, you will take the necessary precautions and stay safe. And on that note, thank you for watching this video. We'll be doing some more videos quite shortly, interviews with various people on all kinds of issues. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Until next time, goodbye.